Even though Zinger or Chickfila Sandwich was originally introduced in Pakistan by KFC, it became an integral part of our fast food scene when it was tweaked to better suit our desi taste buds by the copycats. Today, Zinger is a generic term in Pakistan and served by almost every other restaurant here. I am the food scientist, and today not only will we learn how to make Masala Chickfila Sandwich, the desified copy of the original, but I will also reveal the restaurant secrets and provide scientific explanations to the ingredients used. So stay tuned and enjoy. The original recipe calls for not so secret 11 herbs and spices. However, ironically, the Masala Chickfila Sandwich will do just fine with 7 herbs and spices. The ingredients are as follows. Salt. I am using Himalayan rock salt here. You do know salt is a flavor enhancer, right? Himalayan rock salt is a better flavor enhancer than regular table salt. It has 84 trace minerals which gives a richer, fuller flavor to your dish. Also, Himalayan rock salt is free from any harmful additives which are found in regular table salt like bleaching agent and anti-caking agent like sodium ferrocyanide. Red chili powder. We Pakistani like our fried chicken hot. Think of it this way. Our fried chicken has the classic KFC crust but has similar heat to the Nashville hot chicken of America. The flavor and heat of red chili powder would be very pronounced here. Ginger powder. The flavor profile of ginger powder is very different from fresh ginger. Fresh ginger has a very sharp and elevated flavor profile, whereas ginger powder has a very earthy flavor, which complements well with the nutty flavor of the deep fried outer crust. Fresh garlic paste. Garlic paste will act as a flavor binder here. Its key purpose in this recipe is to fuse all the other flavors together. Not only will garlic physically bind all the spices together, but more importantly, it will bind all the flavors together aromatically. It will be used as a base flavor to which we will build upon. Oregano. It's rarely seen as an ingredient in Pakistani or Indian cuisine, but its pungent aroma and unique flavor has made it quite popular in the modern Pakistani cuisine scene. It's an aromatic herb and will easily overpower if not dealt with cautiously. So less is more when it comes to oregano. Dijon mustard paste. I am using my own homemade Dijon mustard. If you can't find it, you certainly can substitute it with regular yellow mustard. If you can't find any mustard paste at all, then you can use mustard powder in its place. Just increase the amount of vinegar used in this recipe. Natural fruit vinegar. I am using natural fruit vinegar, not the distilled synthetic stuff. Synthetic vinegar is just acetic acid and water. It's nowhere close to the real natural vinegar in terms of taste and nutritional value. So kindly stay away from the synthetic acid and opt for any natural fruit vinegar. Baking soda. Chemically known as sodium bicarbonate, it will be used as a raising agent in the coating mixture. Cornstarch. It will be used in the coating mixture. In its absence, the crust will get too hard to chew. The crust is supposed to be crispy but easily chewable. Addition of cornstarch decreases the tensile strength of the crust and makes it light and crispy. Finally, the main component of the coating mixture, the all-purpose flour. Please note, in order to attain the classic KFC crust, we will be using a dry coating mixture. We definitely will not use any cornflakes or any other cereal in this coating. It's a sign you don't know what you're doing. A complete list of all the ingredients and their quantities will be in the description box below. The first thing you have to do when making a chicken-filled sandwich is to brine the chicken. This is by far the most important step of the whole recipe, and neglecting it will render your chicken dry and unflavorful. I have a separate video where I have explained the merits of brining and how it is better than marination. Link to that will be at the end of this video. It's highly recommended you watch that video before you attempt this recipe. Basically, in order to brine the chicken, we will dip the chicken breasts in 1 liter of chilled water in which we will dissolve 80 grams of salt. You need to refrigerate it for 3 hours in this salt brine. Brining works on the principle of osmosis, where the salted water fully penetrates each and every fiber of the chicken meat, enhancing the flavor of the meat and hydrating it at the same time, resulting in a much juicier and tastier chicken. The chicken will be firmer to touch after the 3 hours of brining. Now it's time to remove the chicken from the salt solution and dip it in fresh unsalted water for an hour. Doing so will stop the curing process of the chicken and render in a much juicier chicken. I have 4 boneless chicken breasts weighing 1.5 kg here. This will yield in 8 fillets of almost 190 grams each. It's a good sized fillet and definitely larger than industry normal. You can adjust the portion size depending upon your preference. In a small bowl, mix up all the wet and dry spices and apply it to the brined chicken pieces. Make sure the chicken is dry at this stage. The moisture in the spice rub should only come from the garlic paste, vinegar and the Dijon mustard. Do not use any water at this stage. After you have applied the spice rub, you don't have to marinate this chicken. Remember, it's already brined and the marination will not help, so no need to marinate. Also remember that the brined chicken has absorbed salt, so make sure you do not add any more salt to the spice rub, or else your chicken will get salty. This is the reason why the quantity of salt and water in the brine solution is very critical, and we use a strict 8% salt solution for the brine. Now let's move on to the stage where we will give this chicken its trademark crispy crust. You will need an airtight Tupperware container with a tight lid. Without this container, you will not be able to achieve best results, so choose your container wisely. The coating mixture used here will be a dry mixture containing all-purpose flour, cornstarch, baking soda and salt. You need to fill the container half full with this dry mixture. Use the quantities in the description below and keep in mind you will end up with some leftover mixture. Unfortunately, since the uncooked chicken will be in contact with this mixture, you can't store or reuse the mixture the next day. Remember, farmed chicken sometimes have salmonella. It's a harmful bacteria which can cause severe food poisoning, sometimes resulting in fatalities, especially in young children and elderly. So after you are done with it, feed the leftover to the birds. Don't waste it. Now place a chicken piece in a container. Close the lid tightly and vigorously shake the container for about 10 seconds. This vigorous shaking is what gives the chicken its trademark crust. After the first coat, remove the chicken from the mixture and spray it with some fresh water to make it a little moist. Then repeat the whole process again. In my humble opinion, 2 coats are enough. However, if you want, you can coat it for the 3rd time. Any more and you might end up with a chicken which will look good but won't taste as good. So remember, less is more. Now if you keenly observe the uncooked coating on the chicken, you will see the trademark crust in the makings. If you can't see the crevices and cracks in the coat now, you won't be able to see them after you fry them. This coat will maintain its crisp crevices and cracks for no more than 5 minutes. So try to fry them as soon as possible. Preheat the oil at 160 degrees Celsius. If you don't have a probe thermometer or an electric deep fryer, then heat up the oil on medium-low heat or 1/3 flame on a gas stove. I am using a wok or a kadhai to deep fry my chicken. We Pakistanis and Indians use a kadhai to deep fry food at home. You can use any cooking oil you like or have, but if you are after the desi restaurant taste, you need to fry them in vegetable ghee. These chicken breasts will cook to perfection in 6 minutes at 160 degrees Celsius. If you are using thigh meat, the cook time will be 7 minutes. Overcooking these is a culinary crime. Remember, we have added baking soda in the coating. If you have seen my video on food browning, I have talked about the Maillard reaction in detail and explained the favorable condition for the Maillard reaction. Our coating is browning because of this Maillard reaction, and the baking soda, being an alkali, is acting as a catalyst to this browning. This is the reason we won't fry them at high heat, or else our chicken crust will darken in color. For more information on the Maillard reaction, you can watch my video on YouTube about food browning. Link to that will be at the end of this video. I have lightly toasted some sesame seed buns. Apply a generous coat of red pepper mayo to the bottom. I am using my homemade red pepper mayonnaise here. You can use any mayo you like, but a good flavored mayonnaise like a garlic mayo or a red pepper mayo is better. Inshallah, I will share my recipe for this homemade red pepper mayonnaise soon. On top of the mayo, you can put some iceberg lettuce. If you can't find any, then use any lettuce you can find. Just don't skip this step altogether. The flavor of lettuce is very prominent in this Chickfila burger. Place the piping hot chicken fillet on top of the lettuce. The residual heat from the chicken will lightly cook the lettuce and create an enticing aroma. You can use any other condiments you like. For example, I'm using ketchup and some pickled jalapenos. I hope you like the recipe. If you think that you have learned something new today, then do consider to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon next to it. Hitting the bell icon will ensure that you don't miss my latest videos anymore. Thank you so much for your time. Food Scientist signing off. Just a quick note in Urdu. जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि ये वीडियो इंग्लिश में है। अगर आपको समझने में दुश्वारी का सामना हुआ हो तो फिक्र मत करें, क्योंकि मैं अपनी तमाम वीडियोस उर्दू में भी बनाता हूँ। इस वीडियो का उर्दू वर्जन का लिंक आपको इस वीडियो के एंड पर मिल जाएगा। मेरे उर्दू चैनल पर सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा, ताकि मेरी हर आने वाली नई वीडियो आप तक पहुँच सके। वक्त देने का शुक्रिया। अल्लाह निगहबान।